we are still basically maximum short Tesla. It's still one of my favorite positions. Nothing's changed in my viewpoint here. This is a car company. It will lose money again this year.
Hey, I'm Stephen and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to watch a few clips of well-known Tesla short seller and billionaire Jim Chanos. For those of you who don't know, Jim has been a very vocal Tesla short seller over the past few years, suggesting that Tesla's worthless, going to zero, and that's one of his favorite short positions. With the stock now around the $2,000 mark, obviously it hasn't worked out for Jim so far. So let's have a look at what he's had to say. Has his opinion changed? Has his thesis changed? Has his reasoning changed? Why has he been so wrong and missed the mark so completely? Or is he actually right and he's just waiting finally for the world to realize that Tesla's actually a zero? Let's find out. But first, hey guys, if you're in the US and you'd like up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account and fund it with $100, you get 2 free stocks, one of them valued up to $1,400. And if you're in Australia, the UK or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake using the link in the description. Let's get back to it. I'm going to let Chamath Palihapitiya, one of my favorite billionaire investors, give a little bit of an introduction to his thoughts around Jim Chanos and betting against Elon Musk and Tesla.
People are betting against his style. They don't like his style.
It's not just that.
It is
come on,
just
there's smart people like Jim Chanos. He's a smart investor. He's not betting just on his style.
Jim Chanos makes money once a decade. And while the market rips up, the guy just bleeds money and he's never on CNBC. And every time something works, he's there for 5 minutes. Great for Jim Chanos. Fantastic as a hedge in a portfolio where you have 1% in a short fund. But the reality is being long equities makes sense. Being long innovation makes sense. Betting against entrepreneurs that are changing the world has never been a profitable endeavor. Why start now?
I'm sure Mr. Chanos is going to take issue with your numbers and some of your comments. And
I'm happy to post my returns against Chanos anytime he wants.
I'll just leave it at that. And with that out of the way, let's see what Jim had to say about Tesla back in April this year.
We are still basically maximum short Tesla. It's still one of my favorite positions. Nothing's changed in my viewpoint here. This is a car company. It will lose money again this year.
Well, surprise, surprise. We're now 2 quarters into 2020 and Tesla has posted 2 profitable quarters. That's 2 from 2. I don't think they're going to be losing money this year, Jim. In fact, they've posted 4 profitable quarters in a row now and are eligible for S&P 500 inclusion. So maybe scratch that part of the thesis. The second thing there, that comment towards the end, Tesla is a car company. Don't get me started. I just can't. They're not a car company. Can people stop saying that?
What I find fascinating about Tesla is that the 2021 estimates, which track the stock on the way up, are now being cut dramatically. I think Tony Sacconaghi, who you know, cut his 2021 adjusted EPS number yesterday from $18 to $11.
I just need to pause here for a moment to try and understand what is Jim thinking here. So Tony Sacconaghi, who I don't know extremely well, I've heard him ask some interesting questions on Tesla Earnings Corp. Because he's downgrading some of his estimates, that's adding to your bear thesis. How? Analysts can say anything. Most of the analysts have been completely fucking wrong about Tesla, so I'm not really sure how that adds any weight whatsoever to the bear thesis. But anyway, let's carry on.
So, I mean, we're seeing big number cuts in this company. They're building 2 plants. They finished China. They're building Berlin. They are increasing capacity, I think, exactly at the wrong time.
I don't even know where to start with this one. I mean, Jim, dude, so Tesla building out and increasing their production capacity, enabling them to build more of the world's best electric vehicles, which are highly profitable, with a growing market, with a disruptive innovation that's following an S-curve adoption rate. That's not a good idea. If Tesla wasn't building factories, if they didn't have enough production capacity, you might have a point. They need to be building more to capture more of this expanding... Oh boy. Jim, I guess we'll just have to wait and let it play out, won't we? Obviously, you're not of the same opinion that I am, well-informed opinion I might add, that we are in fact going to transition to these superior products this Next.
And if you know anything about manufacturing economics, you know that units, you also need to cover your overhead if you're building more and more capacity. And if you're not producing at 90+% of capacity, you're basically not going to be profitable.
But from a risk standpoint, you did cover some of the Tesla short when
when your position got larger because the stock had gone parabolic, as we said?
Yeah. We have a 5% limit on our funds. So if anything goes through 5%, we have to cover.
Oh man, it hurts just to watch that. Maximum short at $470 in April. We're now around $2,000 in August. Oh, guys, now I know some women watch, but hey, just for the guys, right? Have you ever seen somebody get kicked in the balls? It hurts just to watch. It hurts just to think about, doesn't it? I'm feeling that pain for Jim here. Let's see if he's changed his tune more recently after the stock's run up well over $1,000. Oh man, I feel it. Oh, it hurts just to. Let's see what he had to say this week. Now, the reason that I do this is because as an intelligent investor, whether you're long or short, doesn't matter. It's your duty to continually check in on your thesis. Has anything changed? Is it more or less relevant? Do I need to rethink my position? Remember, Jim just said that Tesla won't be profitable this year. We've now got 2 consecutive quarters of profitability, plus 2 more before that last year. That's 4 in a row. So has anything changed at all with Jim's short thesis around Tesla?
What are you teaching about Tesla, Jim? Because you win some and you lose some, and this trade I know has been incredibly painful.
It's been painful, yes.
When do you pull the plug
things.
on this one? I've seen your analysis, by the way. I know it's very comprehensive, and that story's not played out yet, but this must be a really painful trade.
It's a very painful trade. It reminds us of our America Online trade of the late 90s, where we were short AOL. And not to bring up a sore subject to anyone at your organization, but we were short America Online because we thought there was accounting fraud, which turned out to be the case. And yet the stock went up 8-fold on us. And then Time Warner found out the hard way what they had bought. Tesla, a very simple observation just on Tesla. And I think it goes to the fact that what I talked about at the beginning about retail investors, putting just ever increasing valuations on concept stocks.
Now, Jim does have a point here. I disagree in terms of Tesla, but Nikola stock, anyone? I mean, $14-15 billion valuation. I don't even know what it is at the moment. No products, no revenue. Well, unless you count selling solar panels last quarter to your founder and ex-CEO Trevor Milton. I understand where he's coming from, but reasoning by analogy in this situation, probably not the best idea, Jim. Tesla does actually have products. They are in fact producing more electric vehicles than anyone else on Earth and selling them more profitably than anyone else on Earth. They have a burgeoning software component, batteries, solar, I could keep going. It's not the same thing, dude.
Tesla has 0.5% of the global auto share market, and they lose money selling cars, $55,000 cars on average.
Man, this one just does my head in. Now, I don't know how to say this without being rude, so f*** it. I'll just be rude. If you ever hear somebody claiming that Tesla loses money on every vehicle, they can't make a profit, you're talking to a moron. Either they haven't done their homework, therefore they don't know what they're talking about, so they shouldn't be talking, or something's so messed up in here that they don't understand how capital management works with a growth company. Pro tip, if you're managing money and your goal is to increase your production, drive down your costs with economies of scale, etc., when money comes in from the sale of vehicles and other products, instead of keeping it and going, oh, look at us, we're so profitable, yeah, you actually go, let me use this big brain that I have to think, how can we best use this money to further our mission? I know what we'll do. We'll build another factory. We'll invest in a gigantic gigapress to bring down our production costs. We'll invest in research and development. See what I'm getting at here, right? People who misinterpret Tesla's reinvestment of capital towards furthering their mission and think that they're losing money on vehicles are not very smart. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, I just don't know what else to say.
All the money they've made when they've reported profits have come from selling tax credits.
Oh, and here we are with the tax credits. Yeah, I've heard this one before too. Once again, let's talk about capital management. Just imagine you're Tesla. Just imagine that in the landscape of opportunities and possibilities, there's some pallets of cash over here that you're allowed to go and access. You can take money over here because you can sell these regulatory credits to other automakers. So, given the fact that you've got a brain and a business and a plan, while you're actually, executing your plan, you may in fact consider the money that you're able to access as part of the money you're able to access and wait for it, ready? And actually use that to further your mission. Imagine that. Imagine considering that we can actually take advantage of this particular thing and do some calculations and actually spend some of this money on scaling our production and reinvesting in the future. What a crazy idea. Once again, Tesla isn't dependent on regulatory credits. They're factoring those in, managing their capital, and utilizing those while they're available. If there was no tax credits, Tesla wouldn't be accelerating their mission so quickly. They wouldn't be building factories so quickly. They wouldn't be reinvesting in research and development so quickly. Get it?
So this is an unprofitable automaker with less than 1% of the global auto market. And it probably gets more press and more ink than all the others combined, as you know. And so this has become a concept stock, and it's become a canvas upon which investors, paint their hopes and dreams. And these kinds of things, if you go back again to 1999, 2000, we saw a number of these types of stocks, JDSU, Qualcomm, a variety of them just go absolutely parabolic. And as people put ever higher and higher valuations on what they thought were the new economy.
Well, it's becoming increasingly clear to me. Maybe I'm misinterpreting. Let me know, Jim, if you're watching. I get the impression that Jim really doesn't believe that electric vehicles will be the future of transportation, that we are transitioning to this disruptive, innovative technology, and this will follow an S-curve adoption rate. We'll just have to wait and let things play out.
As people put ever higher and higher valuations on what they thought were the new economy companies, only to find out that they were exactly governed by the same laws of supply and demand as other companies. And I think at the end of the day, Tesla is an auto company. It is not some sort of...
Oh man, did you guys hear the host then? I'm going to replay that again. She literally just that just came out. Let's hear it again.
And I think at the end of the day, Tesla is an auto company. It is not some sort of... Yeah, I know that's sacrilegious, but I do think they make cars, and everything else is the company painting a picture of some futuristic set of businesses that are pretty mundane, like making batteries.
Confirmed. Jim Chanos has absolutely no fucking idea what Tesla is as a company. I'm not here to insult, just to point out the facts. The guy thinks they're an automotive manufacturer. He's completely discounting the solar business, the battery business, autonomy, the software component, auto... What else is there to say, dude? Just this is why he's looking through the lens of an automotive manufacturer. No wonder the guy's short. If I thought Tesla was an automotive manufacturer, I would be short the stock too. But I don't, so I'm not.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's what the bulls will be saying when they're watching this interview, shaking their head and going, that's the big mistake you're making, calling them a car company rather than a technology company.
Imagine being a TV anchor and understanding more about Tesla, the business, than a billionaire short seller.
At what price do you pull the plug?
What's that?
At what price do you pull the plug and go, okay, this is too painful?
We've recast the position. Obviously, we've had to risk manage it, but we're still short.
Still short at $2,000, up from $470 earlier this year in April when he was maximum short, still one of his favorite short positions. I'm trying my best, Jim. This isn't personal. I'm just like, dude, you're missing the trick here. Maybe just wave the white flag before you completely bleed yourself dry and go from a billionaire to a millionaire.
But we're still short, and we've bought puts to limit the upside, and it's a smaller position because it has to be. On the short side, your losers for the time being anyway get bigger, so you have to risk manage them. Any professional knows that. But again, it's one position of many of ours. It's one of our favorites, but it's one position of many, just as Wirecard was.
So in April this year, Tesla is not going to make a profit. Well, we know they are making profits every quarter now, so that one's in the bin. What else did he say? Oh, that's right. They're building too much production capacity at totally the wrong time. Well, maybe you didn't notice, but they sold every vehicle they produced during a global fucking pandemic, so that one's in the bin as well. So the point of this video, guys, was to give you an idea, an example of how not to invest. See, the thing is this. If you have an investment thesis and then materially it is disproven, evidence to the contrary that contradicts or completely outright destroys your thesis, for example, won't make a profit and they are making a profit, can't sell all the vehicles they make, are selling all the vehicles they make, this is the point where a prudent, intelligent, wise investor takes a step back, reassesses and go, oh shit, you know what? I was wrong. Wait, I was wrong on multiple fronts. Wait a minute. maybe my thesis needs some adjustment. The trouble that I'm seeing here with Jim, he's just so blind by his thesis, his ego, his experience, reasoning by analogy. I don't know what the issue is here, but poor old Jim Chanos is just completely missing the mark on Tesla. He's shorting Tesla stock still at $2,000. Don't be Jim. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And of course, don't forget your free stocks with WeBull. If you're in the US, you can start a new account with WeBull using my link below. Deposit $100, you'll get 2 free stocks, one of them valued up to $1,400. And if you're in Australia, New Zealand, or the UK, you can get a free stock using the link in the description to stake. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.